Are some options that I haven't, checked off here, and I still got to $189,000. Napier green is just insane. $443,000. This build that you're looking at right here came in at $307,000. Bright reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to buy the Purosangue. I imagine it's probably going to be, knowing it's a V12 car, at least $500,000. Hey everybody, Brooks and Doc Dimes here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm giving an update of all the upcoming cars we got coming to the channel. It's been a while since I've gotten updates, partly because a lot of cars have been delayed here and there. And first up we got to talk about is the Corvette C8 Z06. Now I've rented C8s on the channel a couple times. We rented one out in Las Vegas and did some driving through the canyons. Rented another one at my house in Tennessee, did Tail the Dragon. But not such a fan of just 500 horsepower. Well, this is where the Z06 really solves that problem. It comes in at 670 horsepower and sounds just insane. If this car weighs about 3,600 pounds, we're looking at a legitimate Lamborghini Huracan competitor. And I've basically been looking for a car to keep up at the Tennessee cabin. So I'm definitely looking for a more open air experience. We're looking for the convertible. And I think the Corvette C8 Z06 is going to be the perfect car for that environment. So let's go through the spec, which I've decided on. Pricing for the coupe starts at $106,000. Pricing for the convertible starts at about $120,000. Right here I've spec'd out the 3LZ package, which comes in and starting at $127,000. You can see right here, I did a little spreadsheet. I'm not going to show every option available. I'm just going to show you the options that I added. So first up, we got the Z07 performance package. That's definitely essential here. And I picked the Accelerate Yellow. So right here we can see the Corvette configurator is a little buggy. There it goes, it's got to reload. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. But you can see we added the Z07 package that also requires you to add the ground effects and this wing back here and some other items. So that's another $8,000. So $89.95 for the Z07, but you also have to add the carbon aero package. You can get visible or non-visible. You really can't tell in the rendering here, but I went with the visible carbon fiber. And of course we got the Accelerate Yellow metallic paint for $500. That's super cheap. And some of the other exotics you got to pay upwards of $15,000 for special colors. I also added the front lift for $25.95. You can see here, yellow brake calipers right in there. Now the Z07 package does include carbon ceramic brakes. It's like a no-brainer to add that package. So you definitely want the lighter brake rotors for this kind of track car and stuff like that. It just looks great. So we'll go back here and look at some of the other options I added here. Carbon flash roof and nacelles. So when you have the roof up, this is black, and then it also blacks out this part here. So actually I think we might have forgot to add that. So let's go to exterior, carbon flash full. That'll black out the back top there. Okay, much better. So there you go. You can see it blacked out these what are the nacelles or whatever they call there. So I also added the carbon flash stripes. I felt like it definitely added a more aggressive look to the car. I'm definitely a stripe person on some cars. My Vipers had stripes, and I feel like the C8 looks great with those stripes right there. Go back over to the options here. Black exhaust tips. Yeah, I think with all the carbon and black stuff we got here, it's hard to tell, but those are black tips on the back there. Going down the list, carbon aero package visible. We talked about that. That's the wing, the front kind of canards here, ground effects, and then these also underneath the car. There's some aero bits to help flow air underneath the car as well. Yellow seat belts. If we go to the interior, we can see those kind of like right in here. And then what else we got here? Yellow custom stitching. So you really can't see that in the rendering here, but there'll be some nice custom yellow stitching. I'm going with stealth interior trim. That just blacks out all the silver pieces. It look kind of weird. So those are blacked out for $5.95. And then here are the stripes for $9.95, super cheap. I'm assuming those are just stickers, it's not painted. And then Spider design blacked forged wheels. So these are the wheels up in here. So I'm kind of going back and forth between adding the carbon wheels. Those are about $11,000. And just to have the Z06 forged wheels black is $1,000. So an extra 10 grand for carbon fiber wheels. Possibly might go with that to offset the weight penalty for going with the convertible. Chevrolet saying it shaves about 40 pounds off the wheels. On this heavy of a car, I'm not sure you would really notice a difference. It's more like if I like the visual design, and if there are any holdbacks when ordering this car, I don't want to delay the order. So if carbon fiber wheels are something that's going to push the car back, don't want to do it. Carbon flash mirrors, $195. That just Blacks out the side view mirrors right here. And then back down here, suede seats for the interior. If we go to the interior here, I don't really like leather seats in sports cars. I like the suede. I think it wears better and just looks better, and you kind of don't slide around the seat. So I'm going for the competition seats with suede, and then probably a suede steering wheel with the carbon fiber steering wheel. I'm not going for all the carbon fiber interior bits. I don't feel like I need that. That's a lot more money. So after going all of these options, we come to $155,985 for the Corvette Z06 Convertible in yellow, black stripes, Z07 package, the front lift, the black exhaust tips, and all the things we just went over. So what do you guys think about 150 grand for a Corvette? I don't think that's bad. 670 horsepower, and it's going to handle really well. I think it's not that bad when you consider all you're getting with this car, and it's going to sound amazing. Now, you can add even more options. I did a second spreadsheet here to go over some additional options of how expensive the Corvette can really get, and you could probably get to around $200,000 if you kept adding on some more options. So down here you could see custom VIN. If you wanted to have your own special VIN number, I guess you could do that. That's $5,000, not something I would ever do. Carbon fiber wheels, like I talked about before, that's about $12,000. Carbon console for the interior, $1,500. Carbon cluster, $5,000. Now you're starting to approach kind of exotic pricing when you get to those kind of stuff for interior options. Carbon mirror caps, this is a dealer accessory installed option. I think it just covers up the mirrors, $1,200. Yeah, I'm kind of up in the air on that. Don't think I need it. And then C8R graphics, two-tone seats, and then if you want the 70th anniversary edition of the Corvette, that's another $5,995. You can get custom car covers. There are some options that I haven't, checked off here, and I still got to $189,000 if I added those stuff to the car. That's getting a bit crazy. I think, a lot of people can get these cars, if you went for a stripper car, you're out the door for probably $110,000. Now, I've done that before on McLarens and stuff like that. I feel like on the Corvette, you definitely need some of these more options, especially when you jump to the 2LZ package. There's a lot of like data recording stuff and CarPlay and a lot of features that you definitely need in the car. So whether you go from 2LZ to 3LZ, that's kind of up in the air too, but you figure when you're outing all this stuff on the Corvette for 155 grand, I feel like it's worth it. 189,000 plus tax, tag and title, you could be upwards of $200,000 out the door for this Corvette. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of the pricing of this car? I think it's a lot. I think, from my experience driving the C8 regular ones, it's a great car. 0 to 60 is great, but it just dies as soon as it hits 60 miles an hour. It just takes forever to get up to speed. And when you add about 200 more horsepower to this car, it's gonna be a screamer. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But let me know what you think of my spec with the yellow. One of the other colors I was thinking going was the Rapid Blue. But I'm kind of stuck on this yellow, and I'm definitely leaning towards this. I've heard from my dealer guys, my buddies over at Whitmire, Matt says orders are going in next week. So pretty excited. Maybe this car could be here end of year. I'm not like at the very top of the list. I'm pretty high up there. I'm not going to say what number. I'm excited to get this car, and super thanks to Matt and the guys at Whitmore for helping me out with the allocation for this Z06. All right, so next up, as you might have been aware, I sold my McLaren 765 Coupe end of year because they said the convertible or the Spider was going to be here in January. COVID, supply shortages, whatever happened, that got severely delayed. So I've been McLaren-less for, a good, 7 months now. So I'm really excited to get back into the 765 LT. Super excited to get into the Spider. I don't feel like I had the green long enough, so I went with pretty much the same spec. I might have done this in a previous video on Instagram, but let's go over the spec here. We got Napier Green 765 LT Spider, you can see right here. I went with the upgraded super lightweight forged wheels, which has the new design. Diamond cut, of course, because I like the diamond cut stuff. I did the blackout package instead of carbon fiber because I feel like it looks really, really cool. So this is all, instead of that kind of gray color, you got the front gray, front blacked out, sides blacked out, along with the black in the back, and then so forth. Did keep the carbon bit, so we'll have carbon on the hood here, on the fender vents, on the mirrors, and around the back too. Now, in something else I did on this, I blacked out the underneath of the wing, so that kind of gives the back just really cool blacked out features. And I split the stealth package in half because I wanted the black uprights, but I wanted the exposed titanium exhaust. So you can see here I'm going to have that kind of purplish titanium exhaust that I had on the coupe as well. so it looks pretty cool from the rear. Here's a really cool side view of the car. Napier green is just insane. The spec on this car was considerably more than my coupe. Remember, I did a stripper coupe, $380,000. This is coming in at $443,000, quite a bit more because I'm keeping this car. The Spider's going to be the last of the non-hybrid LT cars, I believe, for McLaren. So this is going to be a really special car to keep for a long time. On to kind of the top rear, you can see how this is all blacked out instead of gray. And then if we cycle down some of the interior bits, I did custom MSO Napier interior. I went with the P1 bucket seats, and you can see some of the customizations I did here. You got green along the side, green stripe on the steering wheel here. Actually, I might have not gone that. They wanted like $3,000 for this little bitty thing here. I might have just said, forget that. You got to draw a line somewhere, right? So there's some of the interior. There's a better view right here. You got the exposed green coming through the P1 seats. 765 on the side here. So I felt with the convertible I went with a little more color, you know, on the inside of the car here. So really, really cool. Really excited to get hold of this car. So there you go. That is the 765 LT Spider, $443,000. I got word that the car is finishing like tomorrow. And then if they can get on the boat and come over here, I might have this by the end of August. So exciting things to come with the LT Spider. Next up, I traveled to New York City to spec out the new Huracan Technica. Now, I know Lamborghini's been kind of going through the Huracans and all the different models. My Evo back here is about to go out of warranty, believe it or not, end of year. Value is way up on that car, so I'm probably going to list that for sale pretty soon. Not exactly sure when the Technica is going to come, but I did a ad personam Technica build up in New York City. I didn't do a video on that because I lost my voice.
All right, so we're here. You gotta excuse my voice. It's cracking a little bit. I've been talking for 3 days straight. But in the studio here, you can see we're gonna do some different specs. And here are my two kind of main color choices I'm thinking of. This blue Uranus matte, which is really kind of like a, I don't know if you want to call it metallic, but a nice kind of shiny sheen matte to it, which I've never had a matte color before. And then the other option I'm kind of looking at is this. This is Giallo Tenerife, but this one called Giallo Inti, which is a little darker, and going back to yellow, because I did have two Gallardos that were yellow. And then the launch color, which is Verde Selvans.
The day I got there, and it was a total nightmare trying to walk through. So I'll include some B-roll, kind of walk around the New York studio. The guys over at Lambo Broward were super awesome to bring me up there and help me out with the spec. And here's what we got. So this is the Technica, and the color is called Blue Uranus. And this one's actually called Blue Uranus Matte or Matte Blue Uranus. It's just a weird name. I did see this Blue Uranus color in the metallic form over at Lambo Broward. The Miami Whips guy got an STO in that color, so I went by and checked that out. So I'm kind of undecided now. I might actually just switch this to the metallic version, and if I want matte, I'll just wrap it in the matte paint protection film, and I can have the best of both worlds. But this spec is actually pretty cool. You can't configure this like I did online because I did a lot of ad personam stuff. But I did the nude style of the wheels right here, and I did diamond cut, of course, because I like the diamond cut stuff. I did silver calipers. And here's I did the blacked out roof, you can see right here on the top view. And then did the blacked on the back. I did the exposed silver hexagonal tips back here. And here's some more pictures of the build. Onto the inside, these is where the custom ad personam stuff comes in, because you can't configure this online with these special colors. So we did special kind of blue on the inside. These are the sport seats, they're manual. And they're adjustable, so they're really great seats, very comfortable. And we'll go through some more of the interior of the pics here. Really, really cool design features of the Technica. Now the Technica is kind of based on the STO. It's lighter than my Evo because it's going to be rear-wheel drive. And a lot of people are probably wondering, why didn't you go all-wheel drive? You know, you like to drag race and do all that kind of stuff. Honestly, like the Lambos are kind of slowing down though. You really don't need all-wheel drive. You're going to get beat up by the SF90. You're going to get beat up by the Plaid. You know, even the new Z06 with 670 horsepower, that V8 is probably going to beat the Huracan too. So, you know, sometimes it's not all about the speed. And I love the new fresh design of the Technica right here. So you can see ad personam interior here. We got custom steering wheel, the door panels, the tunnel console, lower dashboard, upper dashboard, and the seats. And you can see what the side profile is going to look like and of course I might go with the metallic version of this. And so there you go, some of the equipment lists here and some more final renderings. And then here's a list of all the different, complete list of options that we added to the car. Not really important, kind of boring to go over. But there you go, that is the spec of the Technica. This build that you're looking at right here came in at $307,000, which is expensive for a rear-wheel drive Huracan. Don't forget this has carbon ceramic brakes, it's got the magneto suspension, all that kind of stuff too. But there might be a little less if I don't go with the matte paint as well. So coming at about $300,000. I imagine they're probably going to release a Spider version of this in as well right after I get it. So this car might be a little short-lived depending on if I go for the Spider version or if, you know, Lambo picks up the slack and comes out with their Aventador replacement with the hybrid. I will be first in line for that. 1,000 horsepower V12, get that sound with the power of the hybrid and a smooth transmission. That thing's just going to be awesome. Alright, so now on to Ferrari. So I know I had said I had ordered an F8 Spider. That did come in, but I still have the SF90 and I don't want to have more than one Ferrari. So the SF90 bought with my business partner, so he's driving that around. You might see it in some of the upcoming videos. But I already had the F8, so F8 Spider was kind of redundant now that I have the SF90. However, SF90 Spider is ordered, and I did basically the same exact spec as here. I did the Scuderia red, black carbon seats, whatever you see here, same car, except the top will go down. Not exactly sure when that's coming in. Probably sometime next year. Ferrari's kind of going kind of slow at that. Also, I got some other Ferraris ordered. I did order the 296 GTB, which is the coupe version. Still haven't got a chance to drive that. Here it's coming down to South Florida, West Palm Beach, so I should be able to get behind the wheel of one and finally see it in person soon. Got that ordered. Same exact spec. I like Ferrari's red. Did that same exact colors, pretty much same combo, diamond cut wheels, all that kind of stuff in the coupe. And also ordered the convertible version, the 296 GTS. So I imagine I'll get the coupe sometime next year, and then maybe another year after that we'll go with the Spider version. And actually Ferrari reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to buy the Purosangue SUV that they're coming out with. I believe they're releasing the final details in September. And so I guess I've already put my money down. I already got the order agreement in with Ferrari of Palm Beach, and I'm getting the Purosangue V12. I don't know any of the details about it really, other than it's a V12, it's an SUV, it's going to sound amazing. This will actually be my first V12 car I think I've ever owned, yeah, for sure. And that'll be a Ferrari SUV, and I'm excited to see the details on it since I already pretty much bought the car. I have no idea what it's going to cost. I imagine it's probably going to be, knowing it's a V12 car, at least $500,000, maybe $600,000. So that will be interesting. We'll see how much horsepower that has. And I hear it's super limited, so super honored to be included by the Ferrari guys, Ferrari Corporate, Ferrari Palm Beach, to get that new SUV 12. So that's for the Ferraris. We got the SF90 Spider, 296 GTP, 296 GTS, and the Ferrari SUV. All deposits secured. Those cars are definitely coming. And there you go. So that's a wrap of all the upcoming cars we got coming to the channel and their timelines of when I think they will be here. And it's going to be some busy car swapping going on here. Obviously, I can't keep them all. So the Ferrari will go when the Ferrari comes in. That Lambo will go when the Technica comes in. Obviously, the 765 is missing, so that'll be addition to the garage. And I'll be full, so maybe the Tesla will have to stay outside because, of course, I got the Mazda RX-7 up here. Ford GT up there. Never being sold, that's always staying. And the Z06 will be at my house in Tennessee after we get done drag racing. And of course, you know, my home track, Palm Beach Inland Raceway, is gone. Even though the deal fell through for the warehouse group to buy it, the owners of the racetrack are just super stubborn. They didn't want to reopen it. They've already sold all the stuff. And actually, Bradenton is going through a huge remodeling, and Vic and those guys are going to open up an awesome track. Can't wait to get back out there. New services, new grandstands, new timing equipment, everything. So Bradenton, here we go. That's going to be the new home track for drag times. Can't wait to get out there and do some racing when all these new cars come in. So there you go. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I know it's a long one, but I felt like a lot of the Instagram and YouTube stuff was a little disjointed, and people are asking me questions about what we got coming. Let me know in the comments what you think of each spec. Any other suggestions of what you think we should get next coming for the channel. Thanks for watching.